Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of this series, where I'll be doing a Let's Play on Dead Rising 3. Now, I went on a long rant in the last gameplay. I'm just gonna clear shit up. You know. First off, I said Frank West in Dead Rising 4 is Canadian. That's actually right. He is Canadian, or the voice actor is. Dead Rising 1 was made by Capcom directly in accordance with Keiji Inafune, and the second one was made by Capcom Vancouver, except Keiji Inafune was still involved. Third and fourth one didn't have Inafune involved. Whether you like him or not, he was made Mighty Number 9, which you know, but he was part of what made Dead Rising so good, I guess, story-wise. And I guess I could just clarify. I keep going back and forth saying this isn't traditional, Dead Rising, and then saying it does things traditionally. In terms of some gameplay aspects, yeah, it does things pretty traditionally. And I killed someone. It does things pretty traditionally. Like right here, you see people dying in the beginning while you're trying to get somewhere. This happens in every game. The first one it happened, the second one it happened, and this one it happened. So, you know, that's pretty traditional. Picking up weapons, body count. You know, it does some things traditionally, but others are very much a departure. Like I said, the graphics are more realistic to fit or show off next generation consoles. Pretty much 2 minutes behind. Interesting. Yeah, but as you can see here, they're trying to show off the... I got a bit sidetracked. They're trying to show off the amount of zombies on the screen, which was one of the most frustrating things about this game, was the fact that they just try to up the amount of zombies on the screen with every installment, which isn't wrong, but it just gets annoying. And it felt like this game felt a lot like a tech demo in my eyes. And one of the frustrating things I always got upset about Dead Rising is every installment afterwards they try and up the body count, as in how fast can you kill zombies. In this game you can kill zombies quite fast, like really fast. There's no delay in how fast you can kill them. You can kill them hecka fast. Later on, when you get combo weapons and vehicles, and that was one of the focuses of the Dead Rising 2 trailer, was in the end you'll see Chuck Green on a motorcycle with chainsaws on it, and you'll hear the motor rev up and drive, and you'll see the body count going up exponentially. And I never liked the focus of focusing the game solely around the body count, because the story lost a lot of charm after the first one, which is sad. I threw my wrench, I don't know why. And pick it back up. Yep. Bang. Yeah, I was talking about how this game is more focused around guns. I really don't like that at all. A lot more than, like, Dead Rising 1 had barely any guns. You'd save them for boss fights with Carlito and whatnot, because the guns were more effective on bosses, and they were scarce, so you wanted to keep them and use them while bosses. That's a save stall. It's a weird thing of this game. I don't know why I was doing that, you know. I was trying to figure it out. It wasn't like traditional, or what I'm used to at least. And there's zombies. More of them. The gun gives you 25 per kill, which is weird. At least on headshots. Yeah. So I'd say this game does a lot going against what's usually considered traditional now amongst Dead Rising fans, which is 1 and 2 are pretty much, well, 1 is traditional, 2 expands on traditional, and then 3 and 4 pretty much break away from traditional, being developed by a different, well, Blue Castle Games developed the second one, which is Capcom Vancouver, but it was with Inafune. And come third one, Inafune was nowhere to be seen, which was why it changed so much. What I really wish would happen is, oh.
Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? Like we don't have enough problems already.
You okay, Nick?
Hi, Annie.
Hi.
Goners. You find anything? Maybe some food or a gun?
Found this out there.
Yeah, he'll show up as like someone who's apparently in the game, but he's like your sidekick, but he won't really be very present in the game. He's a co-op character, but oh, hey, footage crashed.
Is that your last dose?
Don't know why that happened.
You know,
It's now running synced up damn near close, which is scary. I don't know why it crashed.
They're prisoners.
they're following the law.
650, 648. That's weird.
People from turning zombie.
Oh, really? Must not have worked too well. Look outside.
So it's a 2-second delay right now. I'm just talking to myself.
Will you bitches shut up? They're gonna hear us.
You know, why don't you calm the hell
So
down,
traditionally,
asshole?
something's gotta go wrong.
We got nothing to worry
You know. See, he turns on the jukebox. I hate to use the word traditional when associating with this game. This game is not like traditional, but it does so many things similar and so many things different. So when I say traditional, I refer to certain things, and when I say non-traditional, I refer to other things. Yeah, something about that. How the cop's shooting the gun. That was actually in Dead Rising 1 beta, but they removed it. And this stupid idiot runs and dies. The footage crashed again. Thank God. Oh wait, no, that's actually going to my desktop. Never mind. That's me alt-tabbing. My bad. You'll see that in the game. Or you'll see that. Ooh. You'll see that in the footage. Whoops. I don't know why I was alt-tabbing. I think it was because Discord kept pulling it up, and it kept putting me to desktop. It was really annoying. Yeah, but that's kind of traditional down the way. If you never played the first one, in the first seconds, a lady loses her dog in the mall, and she sees it outside of the mall, and so she opens up the doors and lets the zombies in. Gets eaten, but gets her dog, I guess. And that's kind of just traditional shit that happened right there.
Let me see if I can put something together.
When I said the tutorial was nice, I meant like graphical wise, not like nice as in cool. It's not very fun, in my opinion, you know. Here's the zombies breaking in. Yeah, I'm peeking right down the center. That's really weird. I'll talk a lot about my microphone when I'm watching the wavelinks on my left screen, watching the gameplay on my right, which is very nice. A dual monitor setup is king. But yeah, what you just saw was a combo weapon. Combo weapons are back in this game, which is cool. I like combo weapons from the second game. What I do not like is how this Dead Rising 3 was based in a open area world, or like open area, like open-ended as in like a town instead of a mall or a casino. You can, I mean, they could have done it, but they had to do something special with it, which they kind of did, but kind of didn't. I feel like they kind of missed the point. I'm giving them planks for whatever reason. The AI is confident enough to fight off on their own, but you know, currently, if you're curious, I'm playing on the normal mode instead of nightmare mode, just for the sake of a gameplay. Though what I've heard is this game is based around 5 or 6 days, and it's really easy to just, you can't really, it's hard to lose. So, but I just did regular. I'll do nightmare mode, but I will do it off cam for the review, you know. We gotta lower that barrier. Yeah, this game does a lot of weird things. For one thing, you can get cars off the bat, which is, I think Dead Rising 2 you couldn't get cars off the bat. You could get golf carts, not cars. In the first one, you need keys for cars. And look at the body, look at all the bodies. Look, next generation technology. And I know there'll be that argument where it's like, well, Dead Rising was the same. It was trying to be a tech demo for the 360, and you could say that, but there was more to that game. There was a story. I wanted another story like Dead Rising 1, but I don't know. I just, like, honestly, no. Oh, jumped out of the car. I was playing on controller, and I don't play on controller much, but I have no ill will towards Vancouver, Capcom Vancouver, but I think they should just be put on another project more suited to them. What they should really do is they should bring back the original team behind Capcom or Dead Rising 1 and Capcom wherever they are, and bring back Inafune, whether Capcom and Inafune have a good relationship anymore, since they made Mighty Number 9 and Inafune, and they were published by what's it called, Deep Silver. Whether they work with him or not is arguable, but they just need to make another good Dead Rising game, because 4 was, what I heard, bad. I didn't play it, and you may be wondering from the first, since I was talking about how Frank West was Canadian and whatnot, I watched a rundown video of the thing, and I was like, okay, this is, like, I'll play it eventually, but I just wanted to get the main story, which was disappointing. I don't like the fact that they try to hammer up the, or ramp up the humor again. Like, they try to ramp up the humor and make it funnier. Since this game was super serious, Dead Rising 3 was serious, they try to make Dead Rising 4 forcefully funny. Dead Rising 1 was just funny, but just almost like dark comedy, and the fourth one's just dad jokes and memes. Might I say dated memes. Oh, that's what she said, bro. Might as well go back to Impact Font. Go back to Damn Daniel. Go back to Bad Luck Brian and Lolcats. I'm not that old, but you know, I still get the really, really old pop culture references, because that was what it was back in like 2009, 2008. I'm way off topic. I could talk about the first time I saw this game, I guess. I'll have plenty to talk about over what I'm assuming is going to be 25 episodes, which will be wild. But when I first saw this game, I was excited and skeptical, since it had been 3 years since Dead Rising 2, and I was waiting for a Dead Rising game. Since I like Dead Rising 2, it wasn't one I consider. It was good, but it wasn't any better than Dead Rising 1. So when I saw Dead Rising 3, I was simultaneously excited and skeptical, because it looked nothing like a Dead Rising game, yet it was a Dead Rising game. And, you know, come to find out, like I said, it wouldn't really do that well as a Dead Rising game. I hate the fact that I'll stop talking for a second.
Where are the police? Where's the army?
Well, lady, haven't you seen the last 2 scenarios? They don't really like handling shit.
Make sure none of them are in here, okay? No more.
Hey, wait a minute, this guy.
38
He's got one of those GPS Zombrex chips right there.
Hey! Those are supposed to dose infected people with Zombrex, keep them from turning. And if they do turn, it's supposed to track them. I mean, isn't that the whole point?
All clear.
I wonder.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
None of this was supposed to happen.
We
A
need
lot of
some
people
news.
say
We need to find
Speaking
out
of
what's
bursting,
going on
shit.
out there and when help is coming.
Yeah, but a lot of people say that the Dead Rising series world is small, even though there's a lot of potential for expanding on it. Just bring back Inafune and the original
Damn
Capcom
it.
team.
TV's on the fritz again. I'm gonna have to mess with those wires. Probably gonna take me a couple hours, Nick. You might want to see if you can find anything out there. But be careful.
I think the unfortunate part about this game is it has a lot of dialogue like the first one, somewhat, but it's not as interesting as the first one. It's just kind of like, do this, do that, go. And the character's name is Nick Ramos. I forgot to mention that. I said Ramirez because I'm a doof. And there's the transceiver.
Hey, hey! Wait! Hello? Hello, please? Can you help? We're trapped in a...
Oh, man, I can see your mouth moving, but I ain't hearing nothing.
What?
I can't hear you, man. Your mic is busted. Dang it.
I can hear you. You can see me, right? Can you help? Are you a cop?
Am I a cop? Oh, that is a good one, man.
Lamau.
I am a professional office sanitation management technician.
I said that ironically, by the way. I wasn't being like serious.
Man, I hold up in some surveillance room. That zombie civil defense shit, the ZDC. Yeah, found
I forgot where that falls into the story.
my ass in here straight up. The name's Jamie Flint.
Nick.
Yeah, I see your shirt there, cowboy. So here's the deal. I can't call no one but you.
Oh, man.
But, you know, it ain't all bad. I got a bag of chips and a bag of monitors. I'm getting the hang of this civil defense system shit. Looks pretty sick. No, just hang on to this thing, man. I won't call you back if I see anyone alive who needs help. Plus, maybe you can help me out with a couple of extra things if you are so inclined. So, listen, those illegals got some nice hideouts around town. There's one at the motel. Just going through you and Rota is perfect for folks to wait this thing out. Got a good place to store stuff too, so you check it out and I will call you later.
I guess they're trying to make him kind of like the comic relief in this game. So Jamie Flint is the equivalent of Otis from Dead Rising 1, essentially. I'm not sure if this will kind of, since I didn't do it in order, but the games, but yeah, this is, I'm just kind of, I was trying to figure out the menus a bit and decide what I was going to upgrade. Yeah, but that'll be about the end of the episode. This one was 18 minutes long. I really don't section it up, but yeah, I was just putting a point into inventory since I had nothing in it. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Yeet.